Welcome to Discovery. Roll the intro, please. Discover, unleash the raw power from within. Some rising, a battle we will always win. Journey or say, the hell of a relentless war, guiding us forward to a sea of forever door. Welcome back to another episode of Discovery. Another big show. We have some black metal, some grimy death metal. We are diving into even some goth metal and more albums that were released last week. So before I start, pop your favorite discoveries down below, whether it's old and new, and let's start with this episode. First up is a band from Denmark called Demonhead and their new album Through Holes Shine the Stars, released through Svart Records. Take a listen. This album is an intriguing blend of doom and hard rock infused with heavy metal and gothic elements. The vocals are impressive, featuring a unique tone that reminds me of a heavier indie band. The songwriting is commendable, and I particularly enjoy the slower, drawn-out tracks like The Chalice and Every Flatworm, which boast an awesome guitar riff. Frost stands out as a most epic track. The layered vocals create a distinct atmosphere that enhances the listening experience. The album incorporates a variety of instruments, including clarinet and saxophone, adding to its majestic quality from start to finish. It does grow on you with repeated listens. While there are many slow-paced songs, the album does pick up in tempo as it progresses. The production has an organic feel, and I especially appreciate the sound of the drums. However, I must be honest, there is something about this album that makes me hesitant to return to it. That may sound harsh, but it reflects my true feelings. There were other stronger albums this week, but I wouldn't label this as the weakest. Overall, it is a solid album, but I feel it lacks significant replay value for me. I would have preferred the guitars to have a bit more punch, that the production level is consistent throughout. While all the songs are decent, I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase this album. That being said, I'm going to rate Demonhead's Through Holes Shine the Stars at a solid 55%. It's still a solid album, but I would have liked a bit more substance and variation throughout the songs. Many tracks feel tedious and not particularly engaging, but it remains a good listen overall. Nightwish, the Finnish symphonic metal band, is next. While there were other stronger albums released this week, I believe Nightwish's anticipated album, Yesterwynde, it was released on September 20th through Nuclear Blast. It warrants attention for sure. Take a listen. Floor Janssen's vocals are the true highlight, showcasing her brilliant range and beautiful tonal quality. The orchestral elements on this record are captivating. Yesterwynde represents a departure from Nightwish's typical sound, yet it still maintains the essence of the band. In my opinion, this is their best album since Imaginarium. The songwriting is excellent and the production has a polished, punchy quality. Nightwish has crafted some of the strongest songs in years. However, the album's length, clocking it at over an hour, does cause it to drag at times. The conceptual theme of the album explores life, time, and humanity's heritage and ancestors. A well thought out, meaningful listen for symphonic metal fans out there. I actually bought this album and finally came today. There's no second half of the orchestral stuff. But the day of is somewhat cheesy in my opinion, and Spider Silk, which feels like it lacks direction. The album is predominantly very strong. One of the standout moments is the Korea best An Ocean of Strange Islands, featuring flourishing guitars, Floor's amazing vocals, and the emotional closing of bagpipes. The heartfelt closer, Lantern Light, is also a highlight with Floor's vocals, and the melodies are shining on this. With Marco Hietala's absence, Troy takes on male vocal duties, and his emotional delivery and harmonies with Floor work well, especially on tracks like Sway and Lantern Light. The tribal chants at the beginning of The Children of Utter may seem unusual at first, but the song ultimately comes together cohesively as it kicks into a higher gear. The Weave is probably my personal favorite, with its great songwriting and Floor's powerful high notes. Overall, this is a very solid album from Nightwish. I'm going to rate Yesterwynde a 70%. It represents meaningful evolution in the sound while maintaining the signature Nightwish qualities that fans have come to love. So there we are, Nightwish.
The night falling at my feet into...
Moving on to what I consider the most fucking disappointing album of the week, and probably one of the most disappointing albums of the year. It's the new release from the Japanese death metal band Defiled, Horror Beyond Horror, which hit the shelves on September 20th through Season of Mist.
Acclimatization check!
Oh yeah, Savage Jamie is back. I must admit, I was quite excited when I heard Defiled were putting out a new record. But this album simply does not live up to my expectations. To be blunt, it is not great, nor even fucking good. First and foremost, the songwriting falls flat. None of the tracks are particularly memorable, and the overall composition lacks the punch and impact one would expect from a death metal release. The vocals are certainly raw and aggressive, but that's about the only positivity I can muster. The real downfall of this album, however, is the production. Holy shit, that production's so bad. It sounds incredibly thin and underwhelming. The guitars have a weak, tinny tone. The drums lack any real power or punch, and the vocals are far too overpowering in the mix. It creates a very unpleasant listening experience. I found myself turning the fucker off halfway through. In fact, I would go so far as to say this is one of the worst. Yes, this is one of the worst death metal albums I've heard all year. Aborted's latest release were leagues beyond this in terms of quality and production value. Horror Beyond Horror just sounds lifeless and devoid of any real oomph or energy. The title track has an okay riff and Trojan Horse is passable, but the rest of the songs blur together in forgettable mediocrity. I have no desire to revisit this album, as it offers little to the listeners beyond a thin, unimpressive take on the death metal genre. Ultimately, I have no score to Defiled's Horror Beyond Horror. I'd have to score this a 35%. While the musicianship and vocals show some potential, the overall product is simply too flawed in its production and songwriting to be recommended. Don't listen to this. This is a pass for me. It belongs in the bin. Get in the bin with the other subpar death metal releases of 2024. In contrast to the disappointing Defiled release, we have a much stronger death metal offering from the US band Coffin Rot and the album Dreams of the Disturbed, which dropped on September 20th through Maggot Stomp. Take a listen. Coffin Rot is no stranger to Discovery, as I previously covered their 2009 release A Monument of the Dead, which I deemed a great record. Well, the band has continued to deliver on their signature brand of grim, atmospheric death doom. The production on Dreams of the Disturbed is a highlight, maintaining a suitably dirty and grimy tone while ensuring every instrumental element is clearly audible. The drumming in particular is fucking thunderous, driving tracks like the hard-hitting Slaughtered Like Swine and the contorted cemetery lurking riffs of Lurking in the Cemetery. Yes, cemetery lurking riffs, that's a new one. Coffin Rot masterfully captures a dark, oppressive atmosphere throughout. The slow, crushing riffs juxtaposed with the frantic, in-your-face death metal passages evoke the spirit of Autopsy's seminal Mental Funeral. There's a palpable sense of aggression and malevolence permeating the album. While the songwriting may not be the most technical, complex, Coffin Rot makes up for it with sheer visceral power. The solos, though, not overly flashy, serve to emphasize the music's inherent brutality. This is no frills, punishing death metal at its finest. I believe Dreams of the Disturbed is a very strong fucking offering in the death metal genre, though perhaps not quite enough to blow me away completely amidst the wealth of excellent extreme metal releases this year. I'm leaning towards a 75% score. It's a very good album that will likely find a spot on my list of the best metal albums of 2024, but it didn't quite reach the level of transcendence I was hoping for. Nonetheless, Coffin Rot has solidified their place as a compelling atmospheric death metal act, and Dreams of the Disturbed is an album I'll be revisiting time and time again. The Norwegian black metal outfit Mork is back with their 7th studio album Civ, released on September 20th through Peaceful Records. Take a listen. On Civ, Mork channels their established sound, but with a refined, modernized approach in my opinion. This album is a conceptual work exploring the journey of life itself. I found the concept to be quite compelling and well executed. Composer Thomas Eriksson once again demonstrates his prowess crafting an atmospheric and deeply dark listening experience. While I don't believe this is the best black metal album featured on Discovery this year, it certainly comes very close. From start to finish, I thoroughly enjoyed Civ, the furious classic Norwegian black metal guitar work, the aggressive and harrowing vocals, and a thunderous percussion all combine to create a tapestry of pure fucking emotion. The album has a way of utterly devouring you, drawing you deep into Mork's bleak, haunting soundscape. There are moments where the album does meander a bit, in my opinion, particularly in the middle section, but it regains its footing and momentum in the final tracks. Now, compared to Mork's previous release, De Pet, which I wasn't a fan of really, Civ represents a marked improvement in both production quality and songwriting cohesion. Standout tracks include the eerie, melancholic Itokens Volvo, which its spine-chilling opening scream, and the old-school Mork-infused Utbrent. The acoustic closer, featuring clean vocals, is an impressive and contemplative way to cap off the album. A trend I've noticed among some extreme metal acts recently. Beyond the conceptual depth, Civ also shines in its guitar work and punishing riff craft, which will have you involuntary headbanging along, especially the first song off the album. It's a fucking banger. The reduction highlights the sheer heaviness and density of the music, further immersing the listener, further immersing you into Mork's dark atmospheric vision. I'm awarding Civ a solid 75%. It's a very strong black metal offering that I believe will warrant repeated listens, cementing Mork's status as a compelling, forward-thinking force in the Norwegian black metal scene. Next up on Discovery is the US band Unto Others and their album Neverland, which was released on September 20th through Centria Media Records. Take a listen. Now, I have to admit, I didn't fully understand the hype surrounding Unto Others when they first emerged a few years ago. But after listening to Neverland, whatever it's called, I can now see why they've garnered such acclaim. This album is thoroughly engaging and eclectic, mix of heavy metal, doom, gothic, post-rock and even punk elements. Vocalist Gabriel Franco is a standout performer here, delivering both fucking stellar clean vocals and menacing harsh vocals as showcased on the track Flatline, I think. The guitar work is also a highlight, bending slow, melancholic passages with energetic driving riffs to create a sense of dynamic contrast on this release. While the songwriting may appear simplistic on the surface, Unto Others manages to garner each track with a sense of melodic catchiness and cinematic progression. The album takes the listener on a journey, with the songs gradually building in scope and majesty as the album unfolds. Some of the real standout moments include the infectious guitar work on Mama Likes the Door Closed. That's a great song. The punk tinged energy of Today. I can't say that word, so I'll just beep it out. The aggression of Flatline and the epic title track. Unto Others has crafted an album that seamlessly blends their diverse influences into a cohesive and compelling listening experience. I'm awarding Neverland a solid 70% score. It's innovative and well executed that should appeal to fans of bands like My Dying Bride, even Typo Negative and Sisters of Mercy. Unto Others has demonstrated the ability to push the boundaries of traditional heavy metal while retaining a strong sense of melody and atmosphere. This is an album that deserves repeated listens to fully appreciate its nuances and depth. Overall, Neverland is a welcome addition to the 2024 metal landscape, showcasing Unto Others' growth and solidifying their position as a force to be reckoned with in the genre blending realm of heavy music. Next up on Discovery is the Swiss band Excruciation and their new album Pain, which was released on September 20th through Auric Records. When I first saw the album cover, I was expecting some dark and fucking evil, visceral black metal. However, to my pleasant surprise, I discovered it to be a slow, crushing doom metal record instead. This is an impressive example of doom metal in 2024, showcasing Excruciation's prowess in the genre. The melodies throughout Pain are incredibly infectious, and the vocals, while primarily clean, possess a distinct visceral quality, not squeaky clean, but rather imbued with a gritty, guttural character that perfectly suits the music. The guitar leads are dark and somber, and the production does an excellent job of highlighting the weight and power of the drums and also the guitars. Every song on the album is of a high caliber, in my opinion, with the songwriting demonstrating a clean understanding of doom metal's core essence. While the compositions may be relatively straightforward at times, they work cohesively to craft an immersive, atmospheric experience, in my opinion. Like, standout tracks include the ominous opener God, the crushingly melancholic While the Mourners Are Passing By. That's a great song. And the heavier, more infectious riffs of Bleeding. Excruciation also showcased their versatility on this, with the blistering guitar solos, harsher vocals on Victim I Die, adding a more aggressive and electric doom metal experience. The album closer, Pleasure Dome of the Wicked, is a particularly strong way to cap off the record, leaving a lasting impression on me. Definitely a lasting impression on me. Well, Pain didn't necessarily compel me to immediately rush out and purchase it. I do believe it is a very solid doom metal offering in a year that has seen a relatively scarce of quality releases in the genre. I'm awarding it a 70%, but I can already feel the album grow on me with each subsequent listen. Excruciation has demonstrated their ability to craft compelling and atmospheric doom metal that draws inspiration from the genre's storied past, like fucking Candlemass, even Black Sabbath. This is an album that will surely resonate with doom metal enthusiasts, and I look forward to revisiting it in the coming months to see if my opinion has changed on this album. And now the main event for this Discovery episode. It's not Nightwish, it is the German black metal band Kanonenfieber and the sophomore album Die Urkatatstrophe, which was released on 20th September through Century Media Records. Take a listen. This album is amazing from start to finish, and I've been playing it non-fucking stop since its release. It is melodic, catchy, and intensely heavy offering that packs an emotional punch. The central themes of Die Urkatatstrophe revolve around World War I and the German military experiences during the cataclysmic conflict. Kanonenfieber meticulously capture the horrific realities of trench warfare, the nationalist fervor, and the immense human toll of the Great War through their songwriting. The guitar work is absolutely fucking fantastic, with the drumming providing a thunderous backdrop. Vocalist Noise delivers an impressive range of vocal techniques, from blackened shrieks to guttural growls, harrowing screams, and even clean passages. Standout tracks include the anthemic opener Menschenmörder, with its rousing chorus that almost compels you to shout Deutschland, Deutschland, Vaterland aloud. Der Maulwurf is a melodic gem, while Waffenruder is an emotionally heavy song with a heartbreaking ending when considering the lyrics. Reading the lyrics on this in translation is just deep. The level of detail and authenticity in Kanonenfieber's portrayal of the World War I experience is truly remarkable. On songs like Ausblutung Schlacht, the visceral power of Noise's guttural growls of Verdun is utterly compelling. The album closer, Aus die Waffen kamen, is a poignant acoustic bass track featuring clean vocals. It serves as a somber reflection on the war's aftermath, with a palpable sense of melancholy and loss. The production on Die Urkatatstrophe is excellent, maintaining an organic quality that enhances the album's immersive wartime atmosphere. This band has crafted a true fantastic album. Wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but it's fantastic. That seamlessly blends black metal intensity with deeply emotive, historical, grounded songwriting. I'm awarding this album a solid 80%. It is undoubtedly one of the best black metal releases of 2024 and a stunning achievement in conveying the harrowing realities of World War I through the lens of extreme metal and through the perspective of the Germans as well. Kanonenfieber has set a new benchmark for black metal conceptual albums, and I cannot recommend this album, which is hard to pronounce, enough. I can't recommend it enough for fans of the black metal genre that loves melodic black metal. So that's it for another episode of Discovery. Hope you guys did enjoy it. And it's the first Discovery to be in 4K resolution. We are moving up in the times. Let me know what you thought about the albums on this Discovery in the comments below. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.